Hey guys, this is Mr. A. Crizzy here, and welcome back to another TV special review. So once again, this is going to be another TV special review, and it's not just any TV special. It's also going to be another Charlie Brown Peanuts TV special. Another Charlie Brown Peanuts holiday special, because we all, most of us on YouTube pretty much love Peanuts, right? Yeah, Charlie Brown. We already know our thoughts and opinions on Charlie Brown. So I felt like reviewing this Charlie Brown special, today, since I know next week is Thanksgiving. Next week is Thanksgiving, and me and my parents will be at the beach for Thanksgiving. So since next week is Thanksgiving, I feel like reviewing this Charlie Brown special just for you guys to celebrate Thanksgiving. And of course some people living in the United States that celebrate Thanksgiving in the United States. So in today's TV special review, this is going to be another Charlie Brown Peanuts special, and that's going to be on A Charlie Brown Thanksgiving. Yep, this is what the DVD for A Charlie Brown Thanksgiving looks like. Which I actually got this DVD for Christmas last year. And so the story of A Charlie Brown Thanksgiving, it basically starts off with this running gag where Lucy just has got this football, and then she tries to convince Charlie Brown that she won't pull it away, but of course, like always, she always pulls the football away, and which sends Charlie Brown flying and injured himself. So that's pretty much how A Charlie Brown Thanksgiving starts. But then after the opening sequence, like the Brown family, of course, like Charlie Brown and Sally, they're planning on going to their grandparents' house, their grandmother's house for Thanksgiving dinner. But then of course he gets a phone call from Peppermint Patty saying that she's alone for Thanksgiving. So and then of course two other phone calls from Franklin and Marcy that they want to have a Thanksgiving dinner as well. So in A Charlie Brown Thanksgiving, they were thinking that they should have two Thanksgiving dinners. One Thanksgiving dinner for Charlie Brown's friends, as well as and the other for Charlie Brown's Thanksgiving dinner at his grandmother's house for his family. So Linus gets help from Snoopy and Woodstock, and they set up the Thanksgiving feast in the backyard. And so Snoopy and of course Snoopy gets like a ping pong table and some chairs. And this is the part where we get to the Little Birdie song where one of the chairs comes to life, and you get Snoopy fighting the chair off, the chair and Snoopy getting to a fight. Definitely the best part in Charlie Brown Thanksgiving, in my opinion. But then once the table's all set up, Snoopy actually gets like a different kind of Thanksgiving dinner and meal, of course, where you get like some toast, a pretzel, pretzel sticks and popcorn and jelly beans and margarines. So yeah. And so when Peppermint Patty and the others arrive, the Peppermint Patty this was not the Thanksgiving meal that Peppermint Patty was expecting. And so but then later in the special, like Peppermint Patty and Charlie Brown, and and one of the other characters, they haven't talked with each other, and then they reconcile themselves, they apologize for for what they did in the special, until Charlie Brown realizes that it's almost time to go to their grandmother's house. So Charlie Brown calls his grandmother, and he tells her the situation, and that when he mentions that his friends are there and that they didn't eat, like his grandmother actually invites everyone to her house, which everyone's pleased. So finally at the end of the special, Charlie Brown and the gang, they're all going to Charlie Brown's grandmother's house, and they sing the song called "Over the River and Through the Wood." But then, much to Charlie Brown's dismay, there's only one problem with that. And then Charlie Brown actually says that his grandmother lives in a condominium, which is like a small apartment, a condominium, a small apartment. And then before the closing credits start rolling, Snoopy and Woodstock, they set up their own Thanksgiving meal. And then the special ends with Snoopy and Woodstock, like, pulling the wishbone from the turkey, and which Woodstock wins, and of course the half wishbone sends Woodstock flying. And then while the closing credits start rolling, while the closing credits roll, Snoopy and Woodstock they have pumpkin pie for dessert together. And then once the credits end, they finish the pumpkin pie, and yeah, that's pretty much how a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving ends. So there you have it. So honestly, I gotta say, I really love this Thanksgiving special for a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving. I actually think a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving is definitely, because what can I say? Because every Peanuts holiday special is definitely a classic, especially like a Charlie Brown Christmas and Great Pumpkin. It's the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown, and of course Charlie Brown Thanksgiving. Yeah, because I remember watching the special like a little bit. Like for sure, yes, I actually remember watching the special like a long time ago when I was little. I didn't really watch much of it like when I was little, but I only watched the others like a lot more than this. But don't get me wrong, I still enjoyed Charlie Brown Thanksgiving, and like I said, this is the DVD for a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving that I got for Christmas last year, and this one's actually the Paramount DVD for a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving. This one's actually the Paramount version. Newer versions of the DVD itself are made by Warner Brothers, but the DVD I have is the Paramount version. Excuse me. And the bonus feature itself includes the Mayflower Voyagers. Running time is 24 minutes. And a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving itself is 25 minutes long. Yeah, so yeah, because everything about this Thanksgiving special is well done. Like it's got nostalgic animation, and it's got talented voice actors by the kids who played the Charlie Brown gang, and all the kids who are in this special. They did a great job. And here's the disc for Charlie Brown Thanksgiving, and it also includes like a list of scene selections. Like for a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving, the scene selections include Holiday Kickoff, Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, Little Birdie, Chef Snoopy, The Spirit of Thanksgiving, to Grandmother's Condo We Go. Oh yeah, because condo is actually short for condominium, which is like a short apartment. like I said in the video earlier. And for the bonus feature, the Mayflower Voyagers include Dreams of a New World, Dangerous Journey, Land Ho, High Hopes, A Miracle, and Feast of Thanksgiving. Yeah. And yeah, because I love everything about Charlie Brown Thanksgiving, and just like the other Charlie Brown specials, we actually watched this special during Thanksgiving back in 2019 at my Project Search class. Yeah, and honestly, a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving, I think it's a classic Thanksgiving special to watch during Thanksgiving. Like depending on what continent or what country you live in. Like for me, I live in the United States, so I celebrate Thanksgiving in November. But if you live in Canada, then that's a different story, because in Canada, Thanksgiving is usually celebrated usually in October, around the same time as Halloween. There's a difference. Thanksgiving in October is in Canada, while Thanksgiving in November is in the United States, where I live in Maryland. So, yeah. But another difference is that like, since I know a lot of people talk about Christmas early in November, that's probably for some people, like it doesn't matter what kind of person you are, and it doesn't matter where you live either, like what country you live in, like whether it's like the United Kingdom or Australia, because that's another difference. There is no Thanksgiving in Australia and the United Kingdom, because they don't really celebrate Thanksgiving in the United Kingdom and Australia. Yeah, but aside from all that, Charlie Brown Thanksgiving is, like I said, a classic Peanuts special, one of the best Peanuts holiday specials ever made. And And also, and I think just like I think just like it's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. I bet they're also going to air Charlie Brown Thanksgiving on PBS this year. I remember last year they also aired a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving. Like I remember last year they aired a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving on PBS. But if you don't get a chance to watch it on PBS, then it is streaming on Apple TV Plus. Yeah, because like I said, ever since 2020 last year, Apple TV Plus acquired the rights to the Peanuts specials, and now all the Peanuts Charlie Brown specials are available to stream on Apple TV Plus. Yeah. So overall, A Charlie Brown Thanksgiving is a childhood classic Thanksgiving special, just like the other Thanksgiving special, Garfield's Thanksgiving. Yeah, that's a good one too. And I'm going to give A Charlie Brown Thanksgiving 5 out of 5 stars. So there you have it, guys. That's going to be it for my not movie review. That's going to be it for my TV special review on A Charlie Brown Thanksgiving. And that's going to be it for this video. So make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. And as always, thanks for watching. And until next time, this is Mr. A. Crizzy saying, goodbye everybody, and that's about it.